Greetings, everyone, and welcome. Today, I'm very excited. We received some great news about Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that is in large part thanks to the awesome work of Audrey from Twitter, from Itai Kimochi. She's great. She always does these translations from the community. And let's take a look at her post. So Famitsu had an interview with Nomura today about Final Fantasy VII Remake's Intergrade, the DLC that they're coming out with in June, and some more information about First Soldier and Ever Crisis. So Audrey was very kind enough to translate this for us, and basically they're going to include new materia and monsters in this DLC. And they've specified that there is no other plans for this DLC because they are just trying to transition into the PlayStation 5 era. So a lot of this stuff is just going to be to update the world, the textures, get things ready to roll out the real part 2. And one other thing, a little bit disappointing to some, but Ever Crisis is going to have a sort of like a gacha weapon mechanic where sort of like loot boxes, you spend currency to have a chance to receive certain in-game items. So that's going to be interesting. We just wanted the remake. But it's fine. I'm happy to check out Ever Crisis. There's also some very exciting things about the First Soldier and how things are going to be very busy for Final Fantasy VII in the next couple years. And actually, next year marks the 25-year anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. So I'm wondering if they're going to do something really big for that. Now, I will put up on the screen if anybody wants to actually go through the interview. I would be happy to share that with you. So, here is Audrey's post. Be sure to follow her on Twitter, by the way. I will have the link. And you can actually read this. I'm going to move my camera out of the way here so you can actually read through this if you want to. I'll go over it briefly real quick. So, regarding the character Sonon, the interviewer asks if we can know a bit about his design and concept. So he's originally from Wutai, he works with Avalanche, and he's made to look Asian and wears clothes that resemble that of the army. So he's fitted with the armor as well. And yeah, just to balance out Yuffie. A lot of people think that Sonon is kind of a placeholder Dragoon type character for Sid, just so it's kind of easy for them to slide him in there in the future. It could be. It could be. That's actually a very interesting observation. There's like some combo-like attacks, so they're wondering if that is something that we're going to have an option about. And there's a mode where you can switch between the two and give them orders. And of course, there's going to be new materia and monsters available in the DLC. And they have specified, this was something interesting, is that there is no plans for DLC after this. They kind of have to call this a DLC just because, but they want to just adjust to the PlayStation 5 environment. So they want to just transition to the next installment. So they're just kind of laying out the groundwork. That makes sense, though. That makes sense from a business perspective. Here's some stuff about the First Soldier. I don't want to get into it so much because I'm honestly not that interested in the First Soldier. I'll try it out, you know. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, but they just want to sort of reach a broader audience than like the hardcore Final Fantasy fans. They want to appeal to the Fortnite players, Apex, PUBG, sort of like those battle royale style games. And just some information, there's plans to be a beta test at some point. So each chapter will be free to play. There are in-game transactions, and that is the weapon gacha. So you'll be able to get special weapons or new costumes that do not exist in the original game. This will add to the experience. That is interesting. Not sure how I feel about it. I will be playing this game though. I kind of like the style of it, and I'm very excited to check it out. And it will be segmented into chapters, which is interesting. The original Final Fantasy VII will be condensed in about 10 chapters. It will take 3 chapters to escape Midgar, so the rest of the story will take place in the remaining 7 chapters. So that's kind of cool. I actually haven't got a chance to play through too much of the compilation material. I do have Dirge of Cerberus, and it was okay. You know, a lot of people are excited about the possibility of Deep Ground and, just that whole area under Midgar. That will be interesting, but Dirge of Cerberus is not as amazing as you remember it, trust me. But we'll see. We shall see. And they also mentioned that Aerith is in the Mako reactor, the Scorpion Sentinel fight, and they're saying how there is sort of like a special mode where you can create your dream party and have fun challenging strong enemies. That makes sense. And of course, we're going to have the amazing music from Final Fantasy VII, which is one of the greats of all time in my opinion. I love the soundtrack of this game. And that's it. It's going to be a very busy year for Final Fantasy VII, which is great. A very busy 2 years actually. That's the interview. Thank you so much for watching my video. I truly appreciate it. And if you're interested in this type of thing, just my thoughts on news as they come out, please consider subscribing, smash the like button. A few seconds of your time would truly help me to go a long way with the channel, and you'd have my heartfelt gratitude. So smash that like button and subscribe. I have some very exciting videos that I'm working on regarding Final Fantasy VII. We're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of Final Fantasy VII Remake's release, and I'm going to put together a video regarding my thoughts. I didn't care for the game as much as I would have liked to, I must admit, but I've sat on it for a year, and I will say that it does get better with time. I'll make a long video collecting some comments from the discussion that we had during my Final Fantasy VII rant, which received some good attention. I'm very happy with it. A lot of people were disappointed in the game, myself included, but I'm happy that Final Fantasy VII is back. This is my stance. I want the game to succeed. I'm happy to see these characters. I love these characters. I spent so much time with them. They are absolutely beloved, and I'm very happy that Final Fantasy VII is back in some way, shape, or form. Are they milking it? Yes, with all the different spin-offs, and it's kind of like too much at once. We didn't get news for a while, and then we got hit with all of this. So I just I'm excited about part two. I want to see what direction are they going to take this story in. Where is this wild ride taking us? That's what I want to know. So these are my thoughts regarding the news about Final Fantasy VII Remake and the interview with Nomura. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have an incredible day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.